It was your typical weekend in the 80s, and Tabitha and her husband are going to go out and have some fun at a friend's house where they're having a party. They would typically leave their 3 kids with the next door neighbor who was their babysitter. But this time they only left the little girl because the older boys, Davey, who was 11, and his brother TJ, who they really wanted to go and spend time with their friends. Now, this wasn't something that the parents wanted to allow them to do, but both of them really pushed this idea. They were gonna go and meet in this field where the farmer, the owner of that field, died recently, so it wasn't planted, so it was bare, and the kids were just gonna go meet there and have a good time. Play games, that's what they told the parents. However, something completely different happens that night, and by the end of the night, the parents have this enormous regret for letting them go, and Davey goes missing. Now, I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the mid-80s. This actually happens in the book in 1985. So they did a great job giving you the atmosphere of the 80s. And if you, like me, were born in the early 80s or maybe late 70s, you'll probably get a good kick out of this atmosphere and how it felt to be living at that time and kind of relive a little bit of those 80s. Now, the sense of safety that you get through the beginning of this book really goes away as soon as the kids get to the field. However, it's going to take a while to actually follow what the kids did because we have multiple POVs. So we have the mom and the regrets and all this guilt that she was carrying for wanting to be selfish for a night and go out, and how they couldn't find David. Also the brother TJ, now he is a best-selling author because he wrote the story of his his memoir, and kind of how what happened changed the kind of person that he was, and it turned him into something completely different, not better, not worse, but something different. We also see how it goes through the eyes of other people that were there, because I really do think you get the whole scenario, but it's presented through different people that makes that night still not clear in your head, but at the same time how different people experienced that same night. Eventually, about 20 years later, I believe, they find Davey's jacket in a place where they've searched before. So they start to this new investigation where everyone is going to have to come back home to see what really happened and if they can find Davey now. I have to say that I couldn't give this book a five stars because I did find one thing kind of annoying. It's not a plot hole or anything, but somebody that was there that night was able to pass as somebody else for a big part of the book, and I did not like that. I felt like, it's not like this person was lying or it was an unreliable narrator. No, it has nothing to do with that. It was more like she was hiding it from the authorities, which doesn't make sense because the kind of work that she did, it didn't make sense that she was able to keep that a secret. And the moment that she decided to reveal this didn't make sense. Who she revealed this to didn't make sense. So to me, that was kind of annoying, that part. But I have to say that it really kept me entertained. I wanted to come back to this book every single night. I wanted to listen to the audiobook every single opportunity that I had. And I was able to do multitask and listen to the story at the same time without missing the details, which is something that doesn't happen often with audiobooks. It really has to be something, like it has to be a story that clicks in my brain, and that's exactly how I felt with this book. So even though it wasn't a 5-star, I think that the multiple POVs, all the different accounts of that same night, and also the grief of the family not only after, the jacket is found, but even before then, those years, every moment since Davey disappeared, how their life was, it really paints a picture for you how life can change in a second, and under the safest circumstances, or at least a sense of safety that you have at the time. So I truly enjoyed it, so much so that I downloaded a couple more of her books to my Kindle Unlimited, and they have the audiobook too included. So if you read this book and you enjoy it, you know that you have a few more that you can go back and get through Kindle Unlimited to try it out, and that will include the audiobook, so you don't have to go and look anywhere else. So I hope that you give it a try and that you enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you so much for being there today, guys. I'll see you guys next time.